get Miami Hurricanes live talk here on Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern time every Thursday with the Wholesome One. This is our 123rd edition. Share these videos out on social media. Think of it this way. You're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on all these other platforms. People are on there. They connect with you. They follow you. They talk to you all the time. They have no idea that we're here talking Miami football, covering college football on a regular basis every day and talking Miami specifically. So share the videos out on social media. That's probably one of the major things that you can do to help us build the channel. Of course, like the video, and we appreciate the contributions as well. All right. Romello Brinson, 25th rated wide receiver in the country, 22nd rated player in Florida, according to 247 Sports, and number 144 overall out of Miami Northwestern.
You know, Mark, I always have an affinity for the young men who wear the blue and the gold. You know, their hand signal is very similar to ours, of those horns up here. So those Miami Northwestern Bulls, man, it's just different. And when it comes to all our recruits, Romello seems to be the one that everyone forgets. You know, his came down to a pretty nice amount of, it was Texas A&M, Auburn, Miami. That is not a bad group to have to recruit against. And let's remember, the head coach and recruiting coordinator at Texas A&M were both up at Tallahassee taking recruits out of Dade County all year long, year in and year out. That's Jimbo Fisher, head coach Jimbo Fisher, okay, and former offensive coordinator at the University of Miami, James Cody. Both big-time recruiters, both big-time developers, and they were huge on adding Romello Brinson to their Texas A&M recruiting class, but we were able to hold on to him. Okay, when you start being able to do this, now I'm not saying you got to have the whole build the wall around the state of Miami. I get that. I'm all for that thought process, but you have to understand that is a lot harder now to accomplish. Okay, but when you do, and when you are able to hold on to some of those top tier, it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling. Okay, because that's a young man who, if Tallahassee's program, if Jimbo's still up in Tallahassee and their program is rolling, he may be wearing their colors. Okay, if the university, and of course, code had something to do with a lot of these young men not being able to go around, but you got to be able, and it worked out in favor for the University of Miami because they all stayed home. Most of them stayed home, and they were big time recruits. And now it looks as if Miami is at least laying a solid foundation to project forward into, 9, 10 wins over the next couple of years before hopefully we take the next step into the 11, 12 win atmosphere. Hopefully, while these young men are able to stay here for the next 3 to 4 years and help continue to build class on top of class, on top of class, on top of class, because that's how you do it. You can't go where this one is good, the next one's average, the third one's below average, and then you have another good one in the fourth year. That's not going to work. It's about how the practices are going. What's happening on that practice field? Now, if Mark Pope is having to go up against Pat Surtain Jr. in practice, I think Mark Pope is going to be a lot better. Okay, not having to go up against the guys he's going up against now. Jesus H. Okay, and even vice versa. If Blades and Ivy had to practice against Mark, well, the age gap is pretty big, but Jerry Jeudy, because Jerry Jeudy just went into the NFL draft last year. They're going to keep getting destroyed or they're going to get better. Probably both is going to happen when a guy like Jerry Jeudy. But they will only get better because who they're practicing up against. Okay. Coach Saban is famous for saying, I wanted to create a certain level of practice, an intense practice to where on Saturdays it's easy. Same thing happened in Green Tree practice field with Coach Johnson and Coach Howard Snellenberger, and how they wanted to create game atmospheres on Green Tree practice field. The best of the best. Y'all just went against each other for the last 2 years, when Miami Northwestern played Miami Central, now y'all both are teammates. And yeah, he was the best player at Miami Northwestern, who played quarterback, wide receiver, free safety, strong safety. And you were the person he had to tackle, or you were the one person that he had to beat in order to score the game-winning touchdown. And now y'all both Miami Hurricanes and going at it in practice. That's how you create the top tier. So I went on a long tangent there, but I really love the direction that we're going, honing in. And the 3 players that you just named are all South Florida young men. All of them. And that's how you really put the foundation moving forward for Miami football.